Why soil matters more than we think. The ground beneath our feet, it looks ordinary, but it's the foundation of life. Without healthy soil, there is no food, no clean water, no life. Yet, we are losing it faster than ever. Scientists warn 90% of our soil could be degraded by 2050 if we don't act. Isn't that shocking? Another shocking part is soil stores more carbon than all the trees in the atmosphere combined, which means saving the soil could be our biggest weapon against climate change. Soil grows 95% of our food, everything from rice to vegetables to pulses, which starts here. It filters the water, it acts as a massive carbon sink, and it is home to over 25% of all biodiversity on Earth, from earthworms to microbes. It regulates temperature, prevents floods, and provides raw materials for medicines. But here's the crisis: 75 billion tons of soil is lost every year due to erosion. Soil is forming naturally at a rate 13 to 40 times slower than we are losing it. And in India alone, over 30% of our land is already degraded. Okay, now what is the link to the climate change? Healthy soil isn't just dirt. It is a carbon vault. It locks carbon underground away from the atmosphere, but when soil is degraded through deforestation, overfarming, or chemicals, it releases that carbon back, adding to greenhouse gases. Since the Industrial Revolution, 176 billion tons of carbon have been released from soil into atmosphere. That is nearly 20% of all human caused CO2 emissions. In short, saving the soil can slow down the climate change. On the flip side, degraded soil means less food, more floods, hotter cities, and extreme weather becoming the new normal. Our ancestors in India understood the soil's value thousands of years ago and farmed in harmony with it. The few examples like Baranaja in Uttarakhand, farmers sowed up to 12 crops together, which included pulses, millets, oil seeds, improving fertility and preventing the erosion. Jivamruta and Panchagavya, which are organic fertilizers made from cow dung, urine, jaggery, and pulses, fed the soil's microbes and increased the carbon content. Mulching, covering the soil with straw, leaves, or crop residue to keep the moisture and prevent erosion. Agroforestry, planting neem, tamarind, moringa among crops to shade the land and add organic matter. Step wells and tank irrigation. Ancient water systems like ahars, pines, or airy tanks recharged the groundwater and prevented soil loss. They weren't just farming tricks, they were climate solutions before climate change was even a concept. So, what can we do to save our soil? Modern problems need both ancient wisdom and new innovation. No till farming, that is, reducing disturbance to soil. Traditional plowing breaks and turns over soil before planting. No till farming skips this step, planting seeds directly into the unturned soil. Why it helps? Prevents erosion. It prevents erosion, undisturbed soil stays compact and covered with residue. Retains soil organic carbon, tilling releases CO2 stored in soil into the air. Protects soil organisms like earthworms and microbes that keep the soil healthy. Farmers in Punjab practicing no-till wheat after paddy harvest have reduced CO2 emissions by 78% compared to conventional tilling. Protect the surface year round. What it is: growing plants like legumes, clover, mustard, and in between main crops instead of leaving fields bare. How does it help? It holds the root soil in place, preventing wind and water erosion, adds organic matter and nutrients back into the soil. Some cover crops fix nitrogen naturally, reducing the need for chemical fertilizers. In Karnataka, growing cowpea as a cover crop has boosted soil nitrogen levels and reduced chemical fertilizer use by 25%. The next is organic compost. Instead of chemical fertilizers, decomposed organic matter from kitchen waste, farm residue, and animal manure can help improve soil structure, making it loose and breathable. It can feed soil microbes, boosting biodiversity, and slowly releases nutrients, avoiding harmful salt buildup caused by chemical fertilizers. Tamil Nadu's organic farms using compost have seen yield stability during drought years because the soil retains more moisture. Agroforestry and buffer strips, which reduce erosion, integrating trees, shrubs, and grass strips along farm edges or between the fields. Roots stabilize soil and prevent it from washing away. Trees provide shade, reduce evaporation, and drop nutrient rich leaf litter. Buffer strips trap sediments before they reach rivers or lakes. In Rajasthan, planting kejri trees in farmlands improved soil organic carbon by 35% over 10 years. Water harvesting keeps soil moist and healthy, capturing rainwater in ponds, tanks, and underground storage for slow release into the soil. This helps in preventing runoff that washes away the topsoil, maintaining the soil moisture during dry periods and supporting crops and microbes, and reducing the reliance on deep groundwater extraction, which can cause soil salinity. Maharashtra's farm ponds have improved water retention and reduced soil erosion by up to 60% in surrounding fields. Reducing pesticides and protecting beneficial soil microbes. Using integrated pest management, biological controls, and natural sprays instead of excessive chemical pesticides keeps earthworms, fungi, beneficial bacteria alive. They help in nutrient cycling and soil structure. It also reduces chemical contamination of soil and water, maintains biodiversity, making farms more resilient to pests naturally. Andhra Pradesh's community managed natural farming program has eliminated synthetic pesticides in over 6 million hectares, restoring soil health and farmer incomes. Sadhguru Save Soil campaign. In 2022, Sadhguru launched the global Save Soil movement, riding 30,000 kilometers across 27 countries in 100 days to raise awareness about soil health. The campaign partnered with governments, scientists, and farmers, urging policies to keep at least 3 to 6% organic matter in agricultural soil. The impact: over 3.9 billion people reached, 81 nations engaged, and policies changes initiated in multiple countries, including India's steps to promote organic and regenerative agriculture. While awareness is growing, the campaign emphasizes one truth: without urgent action, awareness alone won't save the soil. We hold two scenarios for our future. If we save soil, carbon emissions drop, crop yields increase, water cycles stabilize, extreme weather impact reduces, food security improves for billions of people. The second scenario is if we don't save the soil, up to 50% of farmland could be unusable by 2050 itself. Food prices can skyrocket. Mass migration might happen due to droughts and crop failures. Climate change accelerates beyond control. What are the simple steps that every one of us can do? You don't have to be a farmer to save soil. Here's how you can help, or I can help. We can grow plants or vegetables at home, even in pots. We can compost our kitchen waste and return organic matter to the soil. We can support local organic farmers by buying their produce. We can reduce chemical heavy food consumption. Plant trees and protect green cover in your own community. We can spread awareness, talk about soil like it's life itself, because it is life. Soil is not just the ground that we walk on, it is the ground that we live on. Our ancestors respected it, our future depends on it, and our generation has the power to save it. Because if we lose soil, we lose life itself. Save the soil, save the planet, and we can save ourselves. For more such informative videos about sustainability, do follow Go Greenism. Like, share, and subscribe our channel. We'll be back with another interesting video next week. Until then, go green. Thank you.